So just back in the gym, showered, changed, and post-workout is going on. So post-workout is also my first meal of the day. It's about midday. We had a really good push session this morning, filmed for YouTube as well, which will be a separate video. My top 5 tips on how to grow your chest. So do go and watch that video. Also the 30 minutes cardio, as I am dieting at the moment, and you will see that I'm pushing my first meal back. So for me, yeah, I'm a little bit hungry in the morning, but that's just ghrelin, that's just a hormone. And I say it to my clients all the time, it's just a hunger hormone in the morning. If you suppress that, black coffee, hydrate, you are good to go. If you can trade in the mornings, I always think it sets yourself up nicely for the day. If you're working 9 to 5, should you train in the morning or the evening? I personally think, get in the morning when you can, get the first meal in after, and if you are dieting, it just makes your feeding window smaller. So I don't intermittent fast for any particular reason. I don't get any benefits from it in the morning time other than just pushing or making my window to actually consume my calories smaller, which works for me in a dieting phase. So meal 1 is on. Protein oats, as always. I am the king of making protein oats. They've been in my diet for the last like 8 years straight. Just don't take them out because they're enjoyable, different protein flavors, and they're very filling. They're full of fiber, take a little bit longer to digest, which in a diet phase you want. So yeah, protein oats are on, and they're going to be the first meal of the day. That isn't ready yet, it's still too watery, so just give it a quick little mix around. There's still loads of water in that, so that'll go for another 2 minutes or so. When you are making your oats as well, I personally think just make them with water, because you're saving yourself the calories with the milk. And when you are also mixing whey protein in to make protein oats, the water absorbs the protein much better than the milk does, and you can't taste the water while you're also with the flavour of the protein going in. So for today we are going to use, we have cereal milk and we have cinnamon donut. Now I think I'm going to use cinnamon donut because I'm down to like the last scoop of that, which I want to keep for creamy. Fuck, we want creamies.
Yeah. We'll have protein yogurt.
Forgot they were supposed to have creamy tonight, no creamy milk. We'll make it now, are you ready? So, as the oats are cooking for meal 1, I'm going to prepare my final meal as well, which will be a Ninja Creamy. So, I'm going to get that ready, literally just a protein shake, and into the freezer for a couple of hours. So I'm going to go for cinnamon donut flavour Perform Whey. In this, when you are making your protein oats, it's super important that you make the oats first and then you add in the protein after. So many people when making it, will make the oats, put the protein in, and then heat it up in the microwave, and you're just going to burn the protein powder, which it curdles and it just becomes all nasty. So definitely don't do that. Mix it in after. I am the furthest thing from a Michelin star chef, but I can make a bowl of oats. 50 grams of Perform Whey going in there with 80 grams of oats. So oats are ready. Top that with 100 grams of frozen raspberries. I'm going to finish off with 2 grams of pink salt. So at this stage I can pretty much eyeball this, but pink salt is great for electrolyte balance. So your sodium intake, you want to be balancing your sodium with your water intake as well for better pumps in the gym, so you're not cramping, etc. So if you aren't already, get some pink salt in on your meals, and it also tastes absolutely beautiful. So meal 1 is served. So this is the first meal of the day, protein oats. It is just turning 12 p.m. midday, so 11:50 a.m. is the time. We've trained, we've cardio, we've recorded another YouTube video, did 1 or 2 check-ins this morning, and now we're having our first meal before going into a big block of work. So 80 grams of oats, 50 grams of whey, and 100 grams of frozen raspberries. Total calories for this meal are 523, and I'll pop the calories and macros up on the screen for you guys as well so you can see that. So perfect post-workout meal, takes literally 5 minutes to prepare. Big thing for me with clients, and what a lot of clients ask for is just save me time in the kitchen. I don't want to spend hours in the kitchen, so 5 minutes and you're done. And perfect post-workout meal with the mixture of carbohydrates and protein. Really warm. I want to take a bite, give you a taste test. Beautiful, as always. 8 years down the line, doesn't fail. So yeah, I'm going to eat this, get into a block of work, and catch up for the next meal. Next meal is going down. It is about 2:45 p.m. I've just done a nice block of work. And we're going to have chicken and rice. Quick and easy.
Seasoning of choice?
Seasoning of choice is harissa, which I just discovered. It's actually quite nice. It smells nice. So we have 230 grams of chicken because I usually have 200 grams, but there was 30 grams left over, so I was going to account for that. Ooh, and we have 80 grams of jasmine rice as well. There, all the good stuff. 2 grams of salt, as always, roughly, eyeballing it. And then we're going to use a little bit of sriracha mayo, which I always just keep my sauces consistent. Ooh. So meal number 2 is served. 80 grams of jasmine rice, 230 grams of chicken, peppers, onions, and a little bit of sriracha mayo on top. So 528 calories. I'll put the macros up on the screen for you guys now. But quick, simple, easy. 20 minutes, 25 minutes to cook this. And if you are cooking this and you have another meal similar, you can just batch cook it together and divide it by 2. So trying to keep it as quick and simple as possible. All this. Nobody wants to be spending hours in the kitchen. So yeah, this is meal number 2. It's just gone past 3 p.m. I think it's about 20 past 3. Just going to eat this. I'm going to give you a bit of a taste test. And ooh, we need to go do a food shop after this actually as well. So we are back. It is now 5 past 7. So we went to go to the shop beside us, Aldi, at 5 p.m. but it's closed until Friday, which is not ideal. So we have to get an Uber to Asda, which is far enough away. We're stuck in traffic, so it's kind of after putting us like an hour behind, maybe an hour and a half behind. But it is what it is. Our next meal is on. It's going to be some mince and potatoes. I'll give you a look at it when it is ready, and I'll give you the calories and macros and all that kind of stuff. But it won't be ready for another 45 minutes. Oh yeah, this is our stock fridge. There's nothing better than a stock fridge on a Monday before the week is about to begin. Okay, so next meal, it is getting late. This is a lot later than expected. 7:45, we have a big plate of food. Food volume is key when dieting. So we have 450 grams of potatoes, 200 grams of mince, 25 grams of cheddar cheese, and 20 grams of Greek yogurt as well. All this for 800 calories. I put the macros up on the screen now. So we're gonna get this meal in. Looks absolutely unbelievable. I'm really hungry. But this is just realistic as well, and this is flexible dieting. You know, accidentally missed the meal, come back, gonna have a bigger meal now, a little more protein than I usually would in a meal, and just have a bigger meal as a whole. That's about as flexible as your dieting should be. It's not going out and eating shy all the time. So just being flexible day to day, which is something that I think is really beneficial when dieting if you have the skills and the knowledge to do so. But anyways, I'm going to look into this, enjoy this, and then we'll have our last meal next. And this looks class. That's how I get. I want to love it. He working wonders in the kitchen. Ooh. Last meal of the day is going down. Ninja Creamy, which is the biggest cheat code when dieting because you're literally getting a full pint of ice cream, which is just a protein shake. So perfect for hitting your protein target and also keeping calories quite low. It's literally just a protein shake. Now what I'm going to do is something special, something a little bit new. These guys that we picked up in the shop earlier, the Weetabix caramel biscuit, I'm going to mix these in. Okay, so I'm going to put in 40 grams, if I can fit 40 grams in. Don't think I will. I'm going to mix in like 30 grams and then keep a little bit further on top. I'm going to give you a taste test. Obviously, it's dry, but dry Weetabix are kind of nice, I think. Weetabix are versatile because you can have them dry. Can you ever eat Weetabix dry?
No.
I used to eat Weetabix dry as a child, so if you were one of those freaks in the comments, let me know. Same as myself. You can have them dry, you can have them with cold milk, hot milk, or you can have them in ice cream. But taste test. Biscoff taste. Not Biscoff, but like caramel biscuit.
Yeah, nice.
So this is going in now again for the third time to mix our toppings together, and then I'll give you a full rundown of today's total daily calories and macros. That's my normal spoon. This is my old prep spoon. Good memories, bad memories. Bit of both. Yeah, that looks good. Taste test. This is my new caramel biscuit Weetabix. I could be the first person to ever make this, so I'm trademarking it if it's any good. That's good. That's very good. 300 milliliters of skim milk. We have 50 grams of Perform Cinnamon Whey Donut. We have 50 grams of Perform Cinnamon Donut Whey. And we have 40 grams of the Weetabix caramel biscuits mixed in. Brilliant. So finishing off the day on 2,300 calories, 220 grams of protein, 298 grams of carbs, and 30 grams of fat. So that is a full day of eating for me in a dieting phase. Calories are quite low, somewhat aggressive as it is a very short dieting phase. For me, we have a trip to Marbella booked in 4 weeks time. So I have 5 weeks to shed about 5 or 6 kilos, which I'll be fairly happy with. And in this video, you saw the true beauty of flexible dieting. So I think flexible dieting is a great tool when you understand food, when you understand macros, you understand calories. It can be a great tool. Today, didn't necessarily go to plan, obviously with Aldi being closed and our meal times getting pushed back, you have to travel outside the city. But when I came back, I was able to move a few things around, I was able to have a bigger meal, I was able to sit down with my girlfriend and enjoy a meal, which still can be done in a dieting phase. Everything was still weighed, everything was still cooked in the portion size that I needed to, everything was still accounted for, and I was still able to sit down and enjoy that meal. And now I'm basically able to enjoy a big tub of ice cream, which is just a protein shake and some Weetabix. So when you're smart about things, dieting doesn't have to be boring, it can be nice, enjoyable. 2,300 calories today, which for me isn't a lot of food, but again, very smart with my foods. Oats in the morning, keep me feeling full, plenty of fibre, protein spaced evening throughout the day. Bigger meal then towards the evening time, bigger than usual, but again, loads of potatoes, full of fibre, full of meat, keep me feeling full. That is a full day of eating for me right now. 2,300 calories. We're on a bit of an aggressive diet leading into Marbella, so there'll be more videos coming along. Hopefully in the next video I'll have a new haircut because I have an absolute mop in my head. Hopefully you've liked this video. Please like, subscribe, comment, all that YouTuber shit, and I'll see you in the next one.